Rare, strong, and amazing Pokemon with ties to local mythology are known as legendary Pokemon. Unlike the countless Pikachus that populate the Pokemon manga, games, and anime, there are usually only one of each in the world. Due to their physical prowess, mental fortitude, and close ties to their natural environments, legendary Pokemon are frequently elusive and challenging to catch. Due to these legendary monsters' fierce independence, many brave Pokemon trainers elect not to capture them. But you better be ready when facing a legendary. You must approach with a full strong team of counters and plenty of Pokeballs. A Master Ball or two wouldn't hurt either. So in this video, we will be counting down the top 10 strongest legendary Pokemon, and you can decide for yourself what it would take to catch them all. Make sure you like and subscribe for more videos like this. Let me know what you would like to see in the comments below. Now let's begin. Number 10. Giratina. Giratina has a staggering base stat total of 680, whether in its original form or altered version. It's a dual-type ghost dragon with an incredible battle adaptivity that makes it a fierce enemy or companion. The Pokemon's base form focuses on defense and has a 120 stat for both physical defense and special defense. Its attack and defensive attributes are flipped, with the latter decreasing to 100 in exchange for more firepower when given its greasiest orb to hold or while in the distortion world. Number 9. HoOh. HoOh boasts a base stat total of 680, similar to many of the previous legendary Pokemon in the franchise. Although it also performs admirably in the attack and special attack categories, it excels in special defense. It also has a design that is similar to a real-life mythical creature known as the Phoenix. HoOh, who is considered to be the keeper of the skies and the master of the 3 legendary beasts, bears the distinction of being the first legendary Pokemon to appear in the anime. Many see it as the complete opposite of Lugia, who has a base stat total of 680 but is the master of the 3 legendary birds and the keeper of the oceans. Number 8. Mewtwo. Mewtwo is regarded as one of the strongest Pokemon in the series along with Rayquaza, at least in terms of Mega Evolutions. In their powered up forms, their stat totals increase to an astonishing 780 from their default totals of 680 for each. Mewtwo and Rayquaza are tied for the 2 strongest Pokemon that can Mega Evolve, despite the fact that many other Pokemon can do so and gain the same 100 stat point bonus in the process. The only other Pokemon having 2 separate Mega Evolution forms is Charizard, which is another famously awesome Pokemon, just like Mewtwo. Number 7. Rayquaza. Although Rayquaza may not be the fastest Pokemon, its 150 physical and special attack stats are among the greatest. They make up about half of the 680 base stats of the Pokemon, which increase to an incredible 780 when the Pokemon Mega Evolves. Rayquaza is the only Pokemon to date that can Mega Evolve without the use of an item. To change into its Mega form, it only needs to use the move Dragon Ascent. This is due to the fact that Rayquaza is claimed to have consumed a number of meteorites, and by doing so, it is able to pull the energy required for this special evolution from them. Number 6. Eternitus. Eternitus is a Pokemon with a base stat total of 690 that was first introduced in Pokemon Sword and Shield. Despite the fact that it isn't the strongest in this aspect, it's perhaps important to note that only one other Pokemon can achieve a greater total without the use of an item or fusion technique. And then we have Eternamax Eternitus, which is by far the toughest Pokemon to have ever appeared in the series. Sadly, there are no legal means for players to access this form, yet at least. Its base stat total of 1125 makes it nearly twice as powerful as the closest rival. Number 5. Curem. Amazing fusion mechanics were first introduced in the 5th generation of Pokemon games, but have not been applied nearly as frequently as they ought to have been in later titles. However, it resulted in the development of Black Curem and White Curem. Due to its base stat total of 660, Curem is a little weaker than some of the other legendary Pokemon in the series in its original form. However, this sum increases to 700 when fused with Zekrom or Reshiram, making Black and White Curem the strongest Pokemon ever at the time of their release. The option to select a physical or special attacker is also a good addition, and gamers should expect to see it in similar games in the future. Number 4. Zygarde. When Zygarde first appeared in Pokemon X and Y, there wasn't much to be excited about. but when Sun and Moon introduced the Pokemon's complete form, it climbed to the top of the list of all-time most potent Pokemon in the series. Only 3 Pokemon have base stat totals higher than its 708, so its impressive figures might be a little deceiving. Complete form Zygarde actually moves slower than the 50% form and gains only a 10-point boost to its special attack stat. That and a significant rise to its HP, which accounts for the whole stat boost across all of its forms. Number 3. Zashian. Zashian is actually somewhat less powerful than many of its legendary contemporaries in its Hero of Many Battles form. However, when it's equipped with a rusted sword, its base stat total is increased by 50 points, reaching an astonishing 720. It is currently tied with 3 other Pokemon in this form for the title of the series' most potent Pokemon. Its physical attack stat gains the most from its increase, going from an already strong 130 to a terrifying 170. It becomes one of the fastest and most powerful Pokemon in existence when its speed increases to 148. Although its HP remains on the low side at just 92, its defense numbers aren't too shabby either. Number 2. Zamazenta. Similar to Zashian, Zamazenta has a base stat total of 670 at birth that can be raised to 720 with the help of a held item, making it one of the series' most powerful Pokemon. Zamazenta needs to be given a rusted shield as opposed to a rusted sword, which will cause the Pokemon to change into its crowned shield form. The stat enhancements obtained from the transition are a little bit more evenly distributed than those of its sister sword and shield mascot. Although it does so at a cost, its special and physical defensive stats both rise by 30. While it is clutching a rusted shield, its speed stat drops from 138 to 128 rather than rising by 10. Number 1. Arceus. Arceus is not only the strongest Pokemon in terms of base forms, but the genderless deity also defeats every single one of their Mega Evolution forms except for 6. Arceus is now the strongest Pokemon available, although it is safe to conclude that Game Freak has eliminated Mega Evolution from the mainline games. Arceus is a Pokemon that is a little different in that it has the ability to change its elemental type by using special plates, which makes it very adaptable in combat. Since the Pokemon's 720 base stats are evenly divided over all 6 stat categories, it also lacks any significant weaknesses. This does imply that it may occasionally be short on the firepower required to overcome enemies with a greater tank. However, Arceus is the most potent Pokemon in terms of raw numbers. So that's it for today's video. Let me know, do you agree or disagree? Feel free to share your thoughts and comments in the comment section. Please like and subscribe and stay tuned for more content like this. Thanks for watching.